In my last video, I covered the new update in worldbox, and with that update came a lot and lots of new features. You should really go check out the video if you want to see. But as you can see here, one of the items that they added in this little menu is that you can track legendary weapons and artifacts as they change hands. And I thought that that was an extremely cool idea, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I've already created a little society here, so we're just going to give this some time to develop, and then we're going to spawn in the sword. It'll be a super awesome sword. It's going to be legendary. It's going to be overpowered. And whoever wields it will get special powers. Now, they won't become overpowered as we want to see the sword change from person to person, but they'll still become a lot better than they were before they had it. And we're going to see how the sword changes from just what kind of people get the sword, how good they are with the sword. Are they just normal people? Are they kings? Are they soldiers? Who knows? And the video will end when we find a worthy owner for the sword. And by that I mean something really good. A king gets the sword, or whoever has the sword becomes king. Whoever has the sword has 20 or 30 kills, things like that. You'll see exactly what I mean when we get into it, but that's what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to let this civilization develop for a little bit. So as you can see here, it's already year 37 from when I started this. And around year 100, we are going to spawn in the sword. So I'll see you then.
2 hours later.
And we are coming up on year 100 right now. There we go. Year 100, right? So as you can see, the world's changed quite a bit. There's a lot of small villages around. And honestly, everything looks pretty cool. The new update's really awesome. And I know that's not really what this video is about, but like there's religions now. There's still the weird culture that it moves in a weird way. I don't know. Languages, so many different families. Jeez, God. Some of the biggest, this looks like, what, the Doan family, 17 people. Look at all their members. One of them's a bunch of members in it. It looks like most of them are soldiers too, so that might be a good place to start. This is one of the oldest families around. So how about this guy? Vlenova. I'm just gonna rename you to Nova. Nova the First. We're gonna favorite you, and we're gonna give you a sweet weapon. So, there's a bunch of weapons in this game, but I think I'd either give him adamantium or flame sword. And looking at it, it looks like the flame sword is probably the best path to go. So we're gonna go with the flame sword. And remember, we're actually here to favorite the sword. And we'll make this eternal. And we're going to reforge it into its legendary. Steal a boy, I like that. So is this good? I'm not quite sure what's really good for stats. Balance, divine rule, eternal. This one looks pretty good. I'm not quite sure how good this is, but it's not like it really matters. Eternal. And we're going to rename it to the Chosen Blade. Something cool and fantasy like that. So he has the Chosen Blade. It's eternal, it can't break, nothing can ever break it. Which, by the way, look at the bottom. Weapon durability is also a new thing. That was not in the game before. Now there's durability. But let's give him some traits too. I told you the sword making him overpowered. So the sword is obviously going to make you better at combat. So it's not going to make you genius, but it'll make you You'll become eagle-eyed. You'll definitely have more of a bloodlust. You'll be more agile. You'll be quicker. You'll be stronger, and this guy already has the strong perk. You'll have harder skin, and you'll regenerate. I think that's good for him, and everyone who gets the sword after this will have similar effects. So, let us begin our journey. So luckily on the map, it pretty clearly shows at all times where my sword is, even my person too. And also, one more trait that I completely forgot about, and if I didn't add this trait, this would have caused me a lot of chaos. Mortal. The sword also makes you immortal. Forgot to mention that. So for right now, not much is happening. There are pretty much two main kingdoms here. There's Yavaler, Grodeg, and there's a few of these ones. They're not really doing that much. It looks like Yavaler's kind of sitting still for right now. One thing I noticed is population doesn't quite grow as quick as it used to. Because now that every kid needs 2 parents, which it took them long enough to add into the game, there's a smaller DNA pool, meaning every so often you have to add new people to expand the DNA pool, otherwise the cities will literally just run out of people to reproduce with. So I've had to add people here and there to just make sure these cities can keep growing. But as they trade with one another and conquer new villages, that'll obviously become easier. And another thing I realized is that this is not a construction building, as I said earlier, this is actually a storage depot. And this actually gets bigger the more stuff they add into it, which I think is really cool. What's going on over here? Oh, it's the naval ship just going to absolute town. Oh, and you guys also explained to me in the comments that the monolith would actually evolve people who are near it. So we're just gonna plop one of them in there right now and just see what happens later. Speaking of evolution, I just want to test something real quick. We're just gonna spawn, I don't know, let's just spawn in a cow. I just want to see So down here is his subspecies, right? So that's normal stuff. Can I just, if I just edit this, can I just, hold up, can I just like make this cow into like a person? I don't know, stuff like that. And super happy, I don't know. And then, sure, that's good enough for me. Does that mean they'll just, I'm confused. So is he just a person now? Does he have the capabilities of a normal dude? Maybe. Oh my god. Look, he formed his own he literally just formed a cow village. That's insane. Wait, so they can, he's even a king. He's the king of the cows. Look. That is awesome. Where this is, they added so much. Can I like give him a sword too? I can give him equipment, meaning that there's a solid chance that this guy could actually get a hold of the sword. That's so weird, but also cool. I'm gonna give him a mortal, just to make sure that he never falls. And if he does, whoever kills him will pay. So it looks like our swordsman is actually at war right now. So let's go check on him. And he's going into battle. He's charging in. He's got this, right? He actually has 6 kills. He's doing pretty alright for himself. And even went even further south here. And now he's trying to kill some of the army, and he's doing a great job. This guy's amazing. 9 kills. Another new feature I like is how you can just hover over people and see their stats. I feel like that's very useful. And he just killed a king. Did you see that? He just killed the king of the empire right there. And he's on a roll. This guy's actually insane. I don't think he can be stopped. And who knows, maybe Nova the First will be the chosen one. I'm not quite so sure. Oh, he just went on another killing spree. Oh, what is this? Wait, no, Nova! And he's got ambushed, and oh my god. And who is this guy? Lurdund. Not a very good person, but they're young, and I believe they're also the... If you look here, this little village right here of Ursur, Lurdund is actually the ruler of this tiny village, which is very interesting to think. I just find that kind of weird. Lurdund will become Lurdund the Second, and they will also be favorited as they have continued on with the sword. So last time we're going to give this guy the same traits. And I compiled all the traits into a little trait rain, and we'll just give him a few drops right there. So there we go. Now he is back in action. And I have no clue why this guy's even down here, to be honest. But it appears that this is actually one of the cities at war with these two empires. Meaning that I'm not sure if Lurdund II is actually going to be very long through this world. But we'll see what he does. Looks like he's just walking home right now. He's just going home. And I know I'm getting off track here, but let's look at this guy's family. This is his wife, Dirt. Not a very interesting name. As of right now, they have no kids, but they can have 3 kids. Lurdund is actually a female. Dirt's actually a man, so I'm sorry, Lurdund. Lurdund is a girl. That hit the spot. Sure did indeed. So just look at how many stats there are. So we have the alliance they're part of, the kingdom they're part of, the village they're part of, the clan they're part of, their religion, their culture, their language, their subspecies, and then their family. All completely different things. And in the family, these are the only 2 that remains. So I'm actually looking at the king, and Lurdund II is actually the king's sister. Or the queen, sorry, this is another queen. Which I find really cool. So it appears that the Dufifler clan is actually the royal clan of this entire empire. So it's even more insane that Lurdund got that sword in the first place. So if we look here into this little interesting people stat, which I really like, I'm glad they added this. Most known is the reputation, there's level, and if you scroll all the way down here, Lurdund II is the strongest. Which makes sense, because of their sword. But strongest isn't necessarily kills, it's just whoever has the most firepower. And if we look at the population pyramid, these populations are really starting to age. A very cool pyramid, I think, that this is all of the population of the entire world, including animals, but everyone's pretty much in the 50s. But the younger generations are starting to pop up, which I like to see. So there is a fairly sizable army down here heading towards this village. And if I'm correct, Lurdund II is kind of just like lurking. She actually charges into battle here and will quickly fall to this guy Alewoy. But will this guy make it to water before he perishes? He won't. And where is the chosen blade? I'm not quite sure. I don't think it's gone. If you look here in the village inventory, the village is still here. So in the inventory of the entire village, there's just this legendary sword that was put back into the inventory because the guy who had it just died. So I guess in a second, we'll see wherever it gets spit out from. Checking back up here, by the way, our cow is doing just fine. He's making a little cow house for himself. He's doing a-okay. Oh, and if you see here, just a few years later, our sword is back in circulation. Who gets it? This young 23-year-old soldier who already has 3 kids. But this guy has no clue what he just got himself into by getting a sword like this. Third, will Avicii be the chosen one? We're going to give him his traits. There we go. And now we're gonna see how he does. He is still at war. Actually, it just seemed like Avicii III just left the army, meaning that he's doing what he wants to now. Running a farm. Seems like our poor dude has a wife now who is 57 years old and he is 28. Weird. There's so many different cultures and they all move around. It's hard, it's impossible to tell anything now. I'm just moving the map back here. Look how many families there are. Jeez, there's just so many. This guy is so powerful and he's chucking wheat now. What a loser. Jesus Christ, what just happened? What? Grog crumbles. It banners now born by many. I've actually never seen that. The entire empire fell at once. Does the kingdom still exist? It has one village left. Everything else is fallen. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. That's sad, but kind of cool. And in our new village, Avicii III has become the ruler. Wow. Even though this is only a one village empire and like a city state, they still do have a king who is only 18 years old. Our boy over here's got a lot to live up to. Now, one thing that's lucky, as long as Avicii doesn't die, he could become the worthy one. Why do I say that? Because even though the king of this current empire, which is called the Rokurin, even though the current king of the Rokurin is younger than our guy who almost just got struck by a meteor, he's not immortal. This king is not immortal, meaning that Avicii will eventually outlive him. Hold up, why is Avicii going this way in the sword over here? Who has the chosen blade? Who is this? This is a 3-year-old. Who got this? Why does a 3-year-old have a chosen blade sword? Why does Avicii not have it? This kid's not even in Avicii's family. Avicii thinks he can just abandon the sword. Sir, you cannot abandon the sword. Well, it seems like the sword has moved on once again. Ouroboros the Fourth has been born. Will she become the chosen one, or will it be someone else? So much just random crap is going on. Like, look at this. This is the kingdom of Grog, the one that had the giant empire a few minutes ago. They have 15 people now, and they're led by a 10-year-old. It was a kill somehow. Like, what is going on? I have no idea where our friend is going. She just ran halfway across the entire country to do nothing, and now she's just running back. Oh, and it looks like Ouroboros the Fourth has finally joined the army, which relieves me. I'm glad they finally did something. Maybe Ouroboros can finally prove herself in battle. Gallia actually declared war on this kingdom nearby Sotin. One of the first soldiers in there was Ouroboros. Let's see how she does. And she got crapped on. Let's see if this guy, nope, changed his positions again. Now the sword's in the hands of Evanon, and he's the next one with the sword. So I guess we will name him Ivanin the Fifth, I suppose. And he's pretty decent with armor and stuff, and we'll favorite him. But before even much can happen, he gets into some sort of fight, and he will become victorious after slaying a king. Wow, and that's a very impressive start to his career. And he's rejoined the army, and he's going up against another king now, and he's gonna slay that one too. And he's coming south towards this village, which they're also at war up, and he's gonna slay a third king? Who does it? Who gets it? Wait, is he being attacked? He just got killed by Loken. Who's Loken? He just died to a boat. Wait, what does this mean? Uh-oh, the city just got destroyed of Beelborg. But look, the chosen blade is part of this village, and this village is slowly disappearing from the face of the earth. Does this mean that the sword will be destroyed? Oh, someone just inhabited it. Who's this guy? Sorry, who are these guys? Look, these aren't humans. They still have the sword too. This is Grox. What kind of species is he? He appears to be Capra sapiens, and according to this, they are pretty much like humans in most ways. Wow. I wonder who's gonna get the sword. Will it be one of these herders, I think they're called? Or will it be someone else? Whoever it is, I think that they will probably be the chosen one, as I think it's really only fair. Somehow, the sword is still in the background. And I'm kind of confused. I'm not sure why the world population is fluctuating so much. It was in the thousands earlier, now it's in the low hundreds. Oh, and the sword's in possession now. The who? This guy, 64-year-old female herder named Borx Cuxto. We don't have a lot of time left, but the fact that these other creatures literally evolved into becoming sentient and forming their own village, that's just absurd to me. That's insane to me, actually. I think that the sword has finally found its home. So we're gonna rename this person Borax, the Chosen One, and I believe that will be the end of the video. So guys, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that. And if you have any future video ideas, literally just let me know. Like, I'll probably do it. I'm not even lying. I'm so desperate for content. I'll see you guys in the next one.